The Middle East is in flux. In recent years, long-standing alliances have been shattered and new ones formed. Assumptions about the region and its politics have been exposed as myths, and the need for a coherent and strong American foreign policy that grasps both how much has changed and the need to adjust to new realities has never been greater. But that is not what we're getting from the Biden administration. President Joe Biden ran for president in 2020 as the voice of normality and reason, as well as someone with a wealth of foreign policy experience. But the problem was that almost all of that experience was a function of his being wrong about just about every possible issue for the last 50 years. He's continued that losing streak since entering the White House with a disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan that turned into a humiliating rout. He spent 2 years chasing after Iran in a futile effort to convince the Islamist regime to sign another, even weaker nuclear deal with the United States, only to have them turn him down and move closer to the bomb that he wants to guarantee that they will get anyway. And rather than deterring a Russian invasion of Ukraine, he more or less invited it. In the Middle East, Biden has continued his former boss Barack Obama's feckless policy of not only pursuing a rapprochement with Iran, but in alienating traditional U.S. allies. He's done everything possible to sabotage Israel's strategic position and its government led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. At the same time, Biden has also done his best to alienate Saudi Arabia while also doing nothing to persuade them or other Arab states to join the Abraham Accords with Israel. To the contrary, American weakness and appeasement of Iran has discouraged them to the point where they are beginning to think that the wisest short-term policy would be to make their peace with Iran, at least temporarily, by letting China getting involved in the region. China, which has been doing its best to buy influence around the world for years, is taking advantage of Biden's lack of foresight. They present not only a credible threat to America's global dominance and security, but their efforts now are part of an effort to bolster an otherwise faltering Iranian regime in a way that helps them and undermines hopes of a wider circle of peace. At the same time, the future of Turkey is up for grabs after an election that saw its Islamist president Erdogan forced into a runoff with his opposition. In the last year or two, Erdogan has been mending fences with both Israel and the West, but it's by no means clear whether he is finished and if that would be good for America or for Russia. But the one thing that has been amply demonstrated is that no matter which way that election or events in Iran go, a Biden administration that still hasn't learned the lessons about the irrelevance of Palestinian irredentism to America's problems in the region, or that demonstrating weakness to enemies is the surest path to make your situation worse, hasn't much of a clue with respect to understanding where to turn next. Thank you for tuning into JNS TV, the channel where you engage with the most important news in Israel and the Jewish world. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, and visit us at jns.org to get the very latest in Jewish news.